what are Damon's feelings toward Katherine right now? I was a little surprised that even despite their troubled history, he gave her up to Silas.
Yeah, and she won't die.
Yeah.
Katherine, I mean, Damon wants Katherine dead as a doornail. I mean, who knows if he'll get his wish. But I think that she reminds him of everything awful he's ever done. She taught him how to kill, taught him how to enjoy it. She taught him how to... She really, you know, by the way, and I learned this, you know, resentment is anger toward yourself for something you allowed to happen. You know, I think Damon victimizes himself when it comes to Katherine, saying, she did this to me, she did that to me. Kind of victimizing himself, but in all actuality, he does have a point, you know, and it sounds a little twisted, but to prove the point, if a child is abused by an adult, that's just outright wrong. That child had no say in the matter. Katherine did a very similar thing to Damon, where she compelled him to fall in love with her. She compelled him to do all these things, and it wasn't right. She turned him into a monster. Something he hasn't been able to stop. But he could have, you know, Stefan, while he has become a monster, has really trained himself to not be that way. So ultimately, Damon is sort of victimizing himself and being a baby about it. But he does have a point. He has so much anger. I mean, imagine waiting for someone for 150 years. But what I find so funny about Damon, he doesn't have the wherewithal to sort of deduce by virtue of his age, being a 23-year-old man, boy, when he fell in love with her and when he lost her. That naivete of this 23-year-old, you know, like a puppy, like a Labrador puppy, like, oh, I'm gonna chase the ball, I'm gonna chase the ball. I mean, he had focused on her for so long, and now, rather than being able to be introspective about it and sort of look at it from a different point of view, as a grown man, he would probably be able to see his way through it and find some sort of compassion for her. But that is not happening. He hates her, and he just wants her gone. You know, she causes a lot of problems. And to Damon, it's like, if you're going to cause me a lot of problems, you better be giving me something, whether it's bedroom time, whether it's booze, whether it's fun. Better be something that I can value, you know.
Because so Damon finally got the girl, and it sort of seems like now he might lose her. It's sort of riding that way a little bit. So what happens to Damon if that happens?
You know, girls are meant to be gotten and lost, just like boys are. I mean, it's sort of the cycle of life. He is like 155 years older than she is. Talking about some serious cradle robbery. But it's the thing, you know, it's the age-old. It's actually a pretty interesting little metaphor because, you know, girl goes off to college, guy stays home. You know, driving long distances to see each other, and but in Mystic Falls, yeah, he did get her, and he's lucky to have that experience. But in Mystic Falls, you know, look, relationships are hard in life. Relationships are really hard in Mystic Falls. Because if you don't have drama in a relationship, then, I mean, if you don't have conflict, then you have no drama. If you have no drama, you have no TV show. So, relationships don't last that long in Mystic Falls. Unless clearly you're a frickin' doppelganger and you're just like, the universe draws you two together.
Speaking of doppelganger, can you spell it?
Yes, I can. Dopplegangr.
Clearly been practicing.
No, just I see the damn word every page of dialogue that I read. And even I have a friend of mine who was at a train station the other day in London and said, "Oh my gosh, I just saw your doppelganger." Not realizing that there is a guy named Jamie who, he's an actor, really cool guy. He's a friend of mine, and he got into acting. He's studying acting. He's a serious actor, but he did this cool impersonation thing of me for a while, and actually did pretty well with it. But he is weird, like doppelgangers. When we stand next to each other, you don't even know. It's pretty funny. And she didn't know that this guy existed, but she was, awestruck. And I said, yeah, it's probably Jamie. You would have walked up to him and, patted him on the ass and say, hey, Jamie, how are you? He would have freaked. Or hey, Damon. So, yeah, you have to have all this drama in Mystic Falls to make this interesting. And we are not short on drama.
No. You're short on humans, but not drama.
We're short on humans, which could be a good thing. We have a lot of humans right now, and there's a lot of bad things happening. Yeah, Damon is, I said to Julie years and years ago, we should have Damon get an electric car, buy it for Elena or something, because it's this guy. He's 178 years old, and he's thinking, well, I'm immortal, so I'm going to be around another millennia, and I've watched the destruction of the world since the Industrial Revolution started in 1850, and we obviously all know the hockey stick graph of carbon and temperature rise since 1850. Where he would say, look, I've been around for 170-something years. I'm going to be around another 1,000 years. I might as well, try and protect this world that I'm going to have to live in. Because, Damon doesn't want to see famine and drought, because then all those humans are going to be skinny and there's not going to be a lot of blood.
So, with Amnesia Stefan, looks like the brothers' relationship is kind of rocky. What's their brotherly relationship going to be like going forward?
They just need to hug it out and get it over with. The boys, what I love about this is that Stefan, Damon has to take Stefan down memory lane. He has to show him, Stefan has to sort of remember who he was, sort of recreate the guy that he was. And it's cool to see the scenes between the two of them are great. They're fun.
Until you wrecked the car.
The car was
Cried
awesome.
A little bit.
The car is awesome, man. And they're laughing, and it was a great moment for the brother. Fly, would you get out of her drink, please? Drive me nuts. I love that scene because you see that little bit that you would expect it to see. You used to see that in flashbacks in the 1860s. You know what I mean? Pretty cool.
Speaking of flashbacks, Paul mentioned there's one coming up. Are you going to be in any flashbacks coming up?
Am I in flashbacks? Oh, yes. Yes, there's some really cool flashbacks coming up. There's some really brutal flashbacks coming up. Kind of crazy stuff. Really cool stuff, though. We love the flashbacks. I feel we should have flashbacks every few episodes. It really enhances the story and the production value and everything, but it's not. I don't think just an editor. I don't think it's just a writing component. It's also very hard on us as a crew. To get it all right is exceptionally time consuming and expensive and all that stuff. So you can't do it all the time. But if you guys want to donate, we can start a flashback fund. Judy, let's get on it. All right,
Starter.
Let's do this. I'm tweeting this now. Flashback fund for Vampire Diaries.
That
Warner
would
Brothers
take off
would
like
love
crazy.
And Veronica Mars got a movie for the Kickstarter, so we can get some flashbacks.
Veronica Mars.
Veronica Mars, the movie that was a Kickstarter. It's all fan funded.
Kristen Bell did a Veronica Mars Kickstarter movie.
It's going to be in theaters.
That's how Veronica Mars is getting it. That's how they're
You're
getting their
kidding
filming.
me.
No, Kickstarter.
That's really all right. We're doing this.
They reached their goal in record time
Yeah.
and ended up making up way more than they expected to. So this could work.
This could work.
That would be funny. Wow, yeah. No, that's really, really cool. Oh, I know how to do it. The highest donator gets to choose the storyline. Look at some Japanese businessman that comes in. Look, here's $1 million. I want to see. Oh no, that'd be inappropriate. What's our demographic for this interview? No, I love that. I love it. I'm gonna have to text her, congratulate her. That's awesome. Who'd have thunk it 10 years ago, 20 years ago that you could raise money for a movie in like 24 hours on the internet? It's crazy.
So, what's Damon's relationship with Jeremy going to look like going forward? Because they shared a really sweet hug.
Oh,
When he
squishy
revealed.
hearted Damon. That was nice.
Well, yeah, you thought he was gonna kill him first, so that was an intense scene for me. Jeremy is a massive pain in Damon's ass. It's always all about protecting him, and he gets himself into a lot of trouble. And, you know, it's always protecting Elena's little brother. I think Jeremy better watch out when Stefan's no longer with Elena. It really pisses him off. He's the little brother. He's the little brother you have to take care of, you know. Girls love